So Argentina win a famous victory, beating the Lions in their tour opener this Friday. And this, for me, is a good thing for the tour. And I'll explain why. It completely dispels the notion that this is going to be a walkover for the Lions in the tour. Argentina proved that a team with heart and that it's been together can roll over the Lions, who are, of course, all get mushed together. And it shows the difficulty of bringing 4 teams together and making a cohesive unit. Now, of course, there is caveats to this. The Lions had only been together a couple of weeks, as I said, missing a lot of players. And there was some good signs. There was times where they put some good phases together. You can see the shape where Finn Smith was able to pull passes back using different pods. The Nines had lots of options and they were able to pick different runners off 9. And you could sort of see what they were trying to do. But of course, there was a lot of down balls, as you expect. The timing wasn't right. I think some players were also trying to force things, trying to make an impact, of course, which is understandable. But it all sort of ended up being a little bit of a mess at times. But you have to say, there is promising things in amongst that. The Argentinian team were excellent and they really did sucker punch the Lions a couple of times. There was times where the Lions were on the line or in a good attacking position. The ball went down right at the end of the first half. Duhan van der Merwe loses the ball and the Argentinians go the length with a superb try. That was a kick in the guts, but then you kind of felt like the Lions got back into it and the bench was going to come on and make a difference. But then another sucker punch as another breakaway try sort of put Argentina just over the line. For the Welsh boys in particular, it was a difficult one for Jack Morgan. He was lots of effort all the way through, as always, but he was kind of struggling to get into the game. He had that really one good turnover, just showed his class to get in there with excellent body position. But overall, didn't really see much of him at all with the ball. And after 60 minutes, he got pulled off. Really puts a dent in his case moving forward, given how stacked the back row are. And you're really going to have to make a massive performance to get into that test match squad. But still early days, of course. Thomas Williams, on the other hand, I felt when he came on, he sped things up. His passing was superb. That pass to Tagburn, he picked the right option. He sort of sped things up for the Lions. And I think he sort of may have just notched above Mitchell, because Mitchell was good, but his kicking was a little bit too long at times. And he just was a little bit off it at different points in the game. So I think good for Thomas Williams, but I think maybe Jack's stock dropped ever so slightly, but still very early doors. There was a couple of sort of talking points. The yellow cards that weren't, I think, were the right decisions. The one where I think it was the Argentinian number 8, it was a clash of heads with Finn Smith, I believe. And that was a good decision by the referee, because they kind of said, oh, it's a yellow card, and then when you saw it in real time, it was so fast. He can never make a decision in that split bit of time. So it's good to see common sense prevailing in these type of games where these referees have got to make big decisions. So that was quite pleasing. There was a couple of other good performances from the Lions. I think Ellis Genge really put in a good performance. That, to my memory, was probably one of the best games I've ever seen Ellis Genge play. Absolutely mauled the Argentinian scrum, which is going to be a real weapon going into Australia. And actually, I thought Argentina might be able to get on top a little bit in the game, but the Lions scrum was superb, and that is really a good point of to move forward with. Same with Beelum, you thought he was really good, but the line out was an issue, and I think Cowan Dickey might have put a bit of a dent in his chances. But it is early doors. I think this might even benefit Farrell in. He can go in now and say, these are the work-ons, you're not invincible, we got a lot to do, and he'll give the Lions a bit of motivation moving forward to next weekend. So really excited to see if there's an improvement. I'm sure there will be with the Leinster and the Leicester and Bath players coming in. And yeah, looking forward to it. Let me know what you think of the game, and I will catch you on the next one.